I feel like I still have a lot to give out there, a lot more than uh, uh, what happened this year for myself personally and points wise. So yeah, I'm eager to have a really good season and get back to playing the way I'm used to.
An interesting season. A difficult start for us to, be thrown to be in Arizona for camp and then start the season on the road and, all the restrictions and all that. We had some good moments as a team, but overall, I think everyone was disappointed where we're at when you miss the playoffs and, for the second year in a row. It's never easy. Losing sucks in this league. This year especially, it sucks when, the circumstances are much different than normal and everyone's isolated and it's definitely tougher to lose. But like I said, there's some positives we can take. But as of right now, I think a break is needed just to kind of get away and, refocus and recharge. Obviously, we wish we'd be playing, in a week, but that's not the case right now. So our focus as a group needs to be on next year and improving to get to where we want to be.
We started off the year struggling in the second period, trying to, do too much at times. And I think that, we found that when we played our game, when we put pucks behind their D and forechecked hard and used our speed, we're a fast team, played fast. That's when we found most of our success. And it's ultimately up to us. A lot of the results this year was up to us as a team to, bring it every night. It's not so much about the X's and O's. And I think that we went through a lot of ups and downs, but we kind of figured that out a lot more. And I think it'll help moving forward, trying to be as consistent as we can be. Individually, I thought it was a pretty good year. I definitely was held to, I think, more of a role this year, playing against top lines. And I obviously was fortunate and given the opportunity to play more minutes, play a lot of penalty kill and a lot more of a shutdown role. And I think that I can build on this for next year and really look at ways that I can be better in the positions that I was in this year and given the roles that I had. So I think I was given a lot of opportunity, which I'm very thankful for this year. And I think that I can really use the video and the results of what happened this year to improve and be better come next training camp and hopefully involve myself in more roles for this team and to help us win.
You have to get your fair share of points against the good teams. You can't do what we did against Colorado and win one and Vegas none. And those are the games. So we got to limit our the games in which the series, I should say, the season series with teams. We need to get better there. But I really truly believe, listening to what Doug said, and we talk every day, and making the improvements that he's going to focus on. Us cleaning up some of the things we need to do analytically, and then hopefully, and our young guys make that push, and they're better than they were this year. I think there's some room to improve with the veterans. But 82 game schedule, you reset, you have a training camp, you come back and you have a preseason. And like you said, you're going to have your opportunity to play other teams. And you're not playing the Vegases and the Colorados and the Minnesotas for that matter this year that, those are pretty good teams where we didn't get a whole lot of points from. So I'm looking forward to getting back to a normal schedule.
I think there's going to probably be, some important changes and additions to our group next year, which I think is going to be a big help, obviously. And I think, we got some good players, on paper. We got some really good players, on our roster. We just have to go out there and perform. And I think, I'll just talk about myself personally, focus on that, I think I'm getting better and better each and every year. I thought I got a lot better this year. I thought I made a lot more plays. I thought my playmaking really improved, and that's something that I think is really going to be beneficial not only for me but our team moving forward. And I think, I'm not necessarily in the middle of my prime, probably at the beginning of it.
I made a decision to commit here, and I'm committed here. I still am. I'm looking forward to the next year already. There's been some bumps in the road, and a lot of things going on that not many people know about, but it's looking good, and I'm excited for this group, and I'm excited for this organization to come back next year in a much better state than we've been in the past.
I'm here till the end.
All right. Thank you very much.
I've signed here for 20 years. So I'm going to be here for 20 years.
20
I would have
years.
signed somewhere else if I didn't want to be here.
Right.
I want to win in San Jose. So I'm gonna
Doug has never asked, though, as far as waiving.
No. And I didn't know I had it till this year when everybody's bringing it up. I didn't know I had it, but I mean, I have it. So, I mean, I have it. So there's nothing I can do about it. It's there.
I think everybody was a lot more on the same page. We were playing a better structured game, and I think our game as a team is headed in the right direction. And next season, I think it'll be a really good stepping stone for us to see where our game will be at.
At the end of the day, there were times at the beginning of the season where you could say that if we were more dialed in and collected more wins in tight games, that we weren't able to really find the wins, and we found sort of ways to lose those games. You could say that had impact in the later stretch of the season. So it's hard to say because it is a 56 game season. It's not what we're used to as an 82 game season, but it involves a lot of ups and downs throughout the course of the year.
It's been tough. A lot of stuff behind the scenes. Obviously with a lot of the COVID protocols and stuff, being away from our families and being stuck in hotel rooms a lot of the time and not being able to get out. It does take a toll on you, and it can be tough, especially when guys are so used to the way they do things and their routines and stuff like that. So it was tough for sure.
There's no rebuild. Next year we'll be back and we'll be competing for the playoffs and for a Stanley Cup.
Why do you believe that?
Because when we were on a run there right before I got injured, and we were beating the best teams in the league, we were playing to our system. And if we do that consistently more than we did this year, we did that more this year than we did last year. But it's a quick turnaround this summer, so that'll be good as well. Guys will be able to skate more. We're finished tomorrow, so 3 months from now we'll be right back at it.
I'm really never satisfied. I think I could have produced at an even higher clip. I look back on some of the chances that I've had and some of the games where the finish wasn't there, but at the same time, I think I proved that I can be a top player in this league. I am a top player in this league, and I've it's my job to put the puck in the net, and I've done that pretty consistently over the last number of years.
Basically going through the mud and the muck and all that, I think you learn a lot about everything. I think not having fans in the stands was for me was a huge thing. I think that you kind of maybe took it for granted, I think at times, but they make a huge difference. And then just the game itself, always keeping you in check. How you gotta be on top of your game. You gotta do different things. You gotta find ways to contribute, and team wise too. Trying to find that, be able to build some chemistry with your teammates and with your team without having being able to go out for dinners or go to do normal things. Everything that you took kind of for granted, you kind of look at it now in a new perspective of how important those things are.
I think it was a necessary step that needed to happen. I think that everybody, early on, result-based kind of figured out where we were going. And, we have a lot of younger guys that it's going to need, some experience. I think that they got that this year. I think that, as tough as it's been throughout this whole season, both on and off the ice, I think that, we have accomplished a lot. And I think that it has us excited for, next year.
2020 was the greatest year. And then towards the end was the worst moment of my life. And it's been tough losing 2 dogs. Every day is tough, but it's nice to come to the rink and play hockey, and it's kind of an escape for me. So, but everybody's dealing with something, but the hockey is a way for me to escape that. But I have a new dog, and I'm looking forward to seeing them very soon.
When you miss the playoffs and you miss it multiple years in a row, there's going to be changes. That's the way that this league works. And, we're an organization that expects to be in the playoffs every single year. I mean, I've been spoiled for the first, 10 years of my career here in San Jose, where we've had a chance to make the playoffs and a chance to win the Stanley Cup. These last 2 years have been very, very difficult to take. It's not fun losing. I don't know how many times I'll say it, but we want to win. I want to win. I play hockey. We all play hockey in our dressing room for one reason, that's to win and a chance to win the Stanley Cup.
Defensively, we weren't a very good breakout team this year. And, we gave up too many chances. And really it comes down to me is if you look at the analytics, is D zone time against, in the system that we play. It's funny. You look at Boston, you look at the Islanders, you look at these teams that, are great defensively, but they're not great. They're not great in the analytic department of how much time they spend in their end. And it's just their system, but they defend very, very well. So whatever system that we're talking about, we have to have the ability to kill more plays. When we do, we got to break out cleaner, and we got to cut down on the giveaways in the D zone on our exits. And that's what really got us this year. Yes, there was goaltending issues. We all know that. I mean,
Nobody wants to go through a rebuild. I don't think. I know I don't have any interest in that. I know a lot of the guys on the team don't have any interest in that. And from my conversations with Doug and getting to know him over the last couple of years, he doesn't seem like the guy that wants to go through a rebuild either. And I think, our group, we have a lot of self-belief, and as individuals and as a group that that's not going to be necessary. Like I said, I think, we kind of use this season, especially towards the end, to give an opportunity for a lot of the younger players.
Doug doesn't want to rebuild. Doug wants to be competitive every year. And when he's not competitive, just like us, he's disappointed and he's angry, and he wants to be a part of the playoffs and have a chance to win. And that's what I like. He wants to win every year. And we got to get back to the playoffs next year. And I think we will.
We were okay as an entry team. We didn't have a lot of issues, breaking in and setting up. I think there's a couple things that are glaring for me. Our net front presence isn't good enough. And, no matter who we tried there, the best power plays in the league have that guy standing in the goalie's eyes. Our shooting mentality is not good enough. He should be able to generate multiple chances on your power play. And sometimes we were out there for 30, 40 seconds and, moving it around and not getting a shot. And whether that's a, shot attempt that gets blocked or, I think we need to filter more pucks to the net, not necessarily to try and, you're picking a corner. It's to get pucks there so we can collapse and we can outnumber at the net. And I thought a few times, or not a few times, but I thought for the most part of the season, we got a little too picky on our shot selection, and when we did shoot, we didn't have enough traffic at the net.
The veteran players have to be every night there. Young guys have to be a little bit better. I think the season was, just tough because a lot of times I think we lost so many games. We've been like up 2-3 goals in the first, and we lost the game, and just can't happen. We have to find a way and won the games. We lost a lot of easy points, I think, and it was just because it wasn't like we don't have enough skill and stuff. It was just because we can find a play 60 minutes games. We've been always right there, and we start great, but after comes second period, then we get 2-3 goals, and now we're hunting back. So I think it's about manage the game and be ready every night.
we definitely have a really good core and some young guys. So, honestly, after a year like this, there's lots of talk, and obviously people, they don't believe in us, but that's motivation. That's going to drive us in the summer, and coming back, there's the hunger is going to be even bigger to prove people wrong and come in the right way, and show that it doesn't take that long, and we're right there.
Definitely a difficult, unique year that probably wouldn't want to repeat. I don't think, I think it's everybody's handles different situations differently. I think a lot of people are in a lot of different situations. At the end of the day, I think I feel blessed to be able to work and do something that I love to do and to do it as normally as possible, I guess you could say. But in saying that doesn't mean it's easy. So, I was really happy to get back and to play and try to get some normalcy back.
I think the room get together better, and it was still like it sucks to losing, but it was for sure more fun than last year.
I think at times you could see our game look like we want it to look, and other times, obviously, with a lot of the lineup changes and maybe lack of cohesiveness as a group, we struggled. But hopefully next year that doesn't happen as much, and we can be a much better team. I had a lot of sleepless nights this year because of my play, and but I think if I learn from it and can apply it to next year, and I'll be better for it.
I played a lot of good hockey this year, and it sort of came undone a little bit towards the end of the season. But I did play a lot of good hockey, and I think for me, I just need to find a way to be a little bit more consistent.
How much are you looking forward to just kind of a more normal type of summer where when you're going to be back here and playing again? You kind of looking forward to sort of maybe more of a normal off season?
I don't know any of that stuff yet, so I don't know.
Okay. I mean, are you concerned about Seattle? I mean, how much of a concern is that for you?
Concern?
Well, I mean,
I don't have many concerns.
Okay. Are you worried though that you will be exposed to, I guess just flat out ask, are you worried that you'll be exposed in the expansion draft?
I don't know. We'll see.
Have you any conversations with Doug about that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one more thing. I know that during the year, if I'm a little bit, after a loss, a little bit down and stuff. So if I, don't give the most upright answers, I apologize for that. But I hope you guys understand, during the year it can be tough and losing games. It's not always the thing that you want, but no, I apologize, but I appreciate you guys and your questions and being patient with us. So it means a lot. Thanks.